episode of SQL Interview Insights. Today we are going to solve an interview problem which was asked at Google. I got this interview question from Status Scratch. Let's get started. We have two tables, user flags and flag reviews. User flag table, it has first name, last name, video ID and flag ID. And flag review table, it has flag ID, reviewed by YouTube, yes or no, true or false, reviewed date, and reviewed outcome, approved, removed. So for each unique user in the data set, find the latest date when their flags got reviewed. So for each unique user in the data set, so if you look at the user table, for the user Richard, he has a YouTube video here and he has one more video here. So for this user Richard, we need to find out what is the latest date when their flags got reviewed. So that's one query. And the other one is then find the total number of distinct videos that were removed on that day. So after finding the latest date, for that date, irrespective of other users and other videos, we need to find distinct videos that got removed on that day, and output the first and the last name of the user, the date and the number of removed videos. Only include these users who had at least one of their flags reviewed by YouTube. One of the flags reviewed by YouTube. So for the latest date, for the flags reviewed, we need to consider where reviewed by YouTube is true here. So let's get started with that. So let's have its first query on find the unique user for the latest date. I'll select user first name, user last name, and then maximum review date. I'll call this as max date from user flags. I need to join flag review table. And the condition I need to check is reviewed by YouTube is equal to true. And aggregate function, so I have to use a group by on these two. Reviewed date. So for each user, we got the maximum date where the flag got reviewed. Let's just check for the Richard here. He had March 18th as the latest date. So one of his video, let's go back here and check for March 18th. March 18th video is EHN. And this flag ID belongs to Richard. That is the result we see here. So this is the first query. Let's put that in a CTE. We'll call that as CTE1. And let's work on the second query. Now we need to find total number of distinct videos that was removed on that date. So let's try to find all the number of videos which got removed, and later we can join with this table to get the maximum date with that date. So let's start with the total number of videos removed by joining again these two tables. So select, I'll just select review date, of video ID. I need to find the distinct video, so that should be a distinct video ID. I'll just call this as remove video. I'll just copy this. I need to join these two tables again on the same condition, and the filter condition will be it's a removed. So my reviewed outcome will be removed here. And aggregate function, I need to use a group by reviewed date. So I got for March 14th, number of videos removed is 1. Let's check only for this one. So on March 14th, we see number of videos got removed. So on March 14th, we see 2 flags here, 2 entries here for 2 flags. Let's see if those flags belong to maybe one video. That's why we got 1 there. I'll just make a note of this one here. And the other one is, let's see if they belong to same video here. So in the user flags table, this flag ID, that flag ID is not there. And for 4S, we do have a flag ID. So there is only one flag ID, and that is what we see here, that got removed. So now we have to join these two tables to get the required output. I'll just put this one as a CTE2. And in the required output, they mentioned if no videos are removed on a certain date, we have to output 0. So if no videos are removed on the maximum date, we need to put that removed videos to 0. So we need to have a left join on this CTE1. So let's select user ID, first name, last name, and maximum date. And for removed V, if there is a null value, so let's use a coalesce here. Coalesce on videos. If it's a value or null, we'll put that one as a 0 as removed videos. From CTE1, we have to do a left join because we need to get all the entries from our CTE1, even if there is no video removed on that day, and then do a left join with our CTE2. I'll call this as C1, that's C2. And the join condition is on the max date on C1 with reviewed date on C2. So this is the result we got. If you see here, for Richard, we don't have any videos removed on the latest date of his flags got reviewed. And this is what we see in the expected output. This looks like complicated problem, but if we can just segregate them on query basis, we should be able to solve it. Thank you for watching this video.